Hi, my name is Chris Phillips, and today I'm going to talk about the new API Connect governance functionality that we shipped in 10.0.6.0 of API Connect. Now, this shipped at the end of June 2023. To enable this functionality, you need to set some values in the management CR. These instructions are available on my blog. API governance. API governance is a very, very big topic. How do API providers ensure that their APIs are consistent? How do we ensure that the governance policies produced by the centralized teams are being followed? How do we police the rules set by the governance body? Because, as I like to say, if there is no police force, the governance has no power. So what I have here is I have an API Connect running on 10.0.6.0 inside IBM Cloud Platform Integration 2022.3. I have a couple of APIs. So if I go into this one, and what we've added the facility here is we can now validate with rule sets. So this means we can go on here and we are given up a number of rule sets. Now, one of these is custom and all the rest ship as part of the product. So what we're going to do is we're going to select two rule sets, the headers one, and we're going to select on page 2 the OWASP one. Go next. So then inside of the rule sets, we can select if we don't want all the rules to run, we can pick and choose the rules, and then we can press validate. And here you can see we have had 54 warnings from those two rule sets. All of the warnings have come from the OWASP rule set, and these are the warnings here. Operation is missing a response for 401. It's part of this rule here, in this rule set, in this API, and this is where in the YAML file it is. There's 54 total, and we can make all 50 of them come on one page, and then you can download them all as a CSV. So quickly, here you can see that you can get your engineers or your API developers to be able to validate the quality of their APIs compared to the governance rules. But also, if you don't want to do this one API at a time, we do have a batching process. So we can go to manage resources, API governance, and go to look at the rule sets. So here, the description set here, this is my custom rule set, and all this rule set does is it validates that there is a description in the info object. For me, this is one of the most important rules because every API, in my opinion, must have a description to describe what it is for, otherwise it becomes harder to manage. Names are great, but names are not always clear. But also down here are the pre-canned ones that are available. But then you can click validate up here. Again, you can select which rule sets you want to do. I'm just going to set my description set here. Go next. And there's two. One is do we have examples on definitions? On one, do we have a description set? And then which APIs. So we can select a total of 10 APIs today in one batch. And we can press validate. Takes a couple of seconds longer. And here we can see of those APIs, there was an equal number of problems. There's a total of 10 different warnings, one in each API, and they are from all 10 are from the same rule set. It's like the same API has been cloned for every single version of this. And none of my APIs have descriptions being set. So what we have shown here is that you can quickly apply different rule sets, both your own and pre-canned ones, to 1 to 10 APIs in a single batch or one at a time via the draft view. And this will allow developers and engineers to quickly understand how and if they are meeting the governance rules required. Thank you very much. Any comments, please leave them below.